Okay, this is question 3 in the topic area of cumulative frequency and box plots. This question is a box plot question. Mary recorded the heights in centimetres of the girls in her class. She put the heights in order. Now that's important, so you would always check to make sure they're in order, because if not, you would have to put them in order yourself. First question says calculate the lower quartile, and the second part calculate the upper quartile. Now, and then part B says draw a box plot for this data. Now the data will need the median, so might as well find that now because it helps to find the lower quartile and upper quartile. There's a few different ways to do this. You can cross out the ends to find the median, stuff like that, but what I'm going to do is use the fact that there's 15 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So what we'll do is we add 1 to that. So the medianth value equals 15 plus 1 divided by 2, which is the 8th value. So let's go through them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 8th value, the median is 167, equals 167 centimetres. Now it's quite easy to find the upper and lower quartile now. All we need to do is look at the medianth value. The medianth value is the 8th value, which is halfway through the data. So the lower quartile is quarter of the way through the data, which is half of the 8th value. So it's the 4th value. So the lower quartile is the 4th value. 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 152 centimetres. The upper quartile is the 3/4 of the way through the data. The easiest way to do this is add the lower quartile value to the medianth value. So the 4th value add the 8th value gives the 12th value. So let's just add, there's the 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the upper quartile is 177 centimetres, the 12th value. I'll put that on. Now we need to put this information onto the grid here. So let's look at the points that we need. You need the smallest point, which is 132. That's the smallest height. The biggest height is 182. Let's put all the points on now. 132, check the scale. Everything goes up in one part. 1 square is 1 because it's 10 marks between them, so that's fine, nice and easy. So 132, put a small mark there. 152 is the lower quartile, put a mark there. Median, we worked out earlier on, is 167. Put that a bit bigger. The upper quartile is 177, just there, and the biggest value, the biggest height is 182, which goes there. All we need to do now is draw the box and whiskers. So there we go. That's the box, and here are the whiskers. Just to clarify again. Smallest value, largest value, lower quartile, upper quartile, median. Now let's look at the next part of the question. It says, here is a box plot showing some information about the heights of the boys in Mary's class. So I'll just label them. This is girls, this is boys. Just in case I get mixed up somewhere down the line. Compare the distribution of the heights of the boys and girls in Mary's class. Okay, when you're comparing, there's two things you always compare. You compare the medians, which is the average, and either the range or the interquartile range. I'm going to compare the range each time because it's just a little bit easier to do. So let's have a look. If you look at this one, you can see that the median is higher for the girls than the boys. The girls had a median of 167. The boys have a median of 163. So that's the first thing to write down. You get 1 mark for that. And you say, on average, you need to have the word average somewhere. On average, the girls are taller. Now you must have the answer in context. So you could say a bare minimum might be on average the centimetres height for the girls is higher than the centimetres for boys. That would be fine. But that's slightly shorter. Now the next one to look at is the range. That's what I said I was going to do now. So if I look at this one, I'm just going, rather than count the marks, I'm just going to measure it and see how many centimetres it is. That's 10.2 centimetres and that is 11.2 centimetres. So without even counting the difference between them, I can see that the range is bigger for the boys. So rather than use the word range, I'm going to use the word variation, because variation and range are the same thing. So the boys' heights are more varied. And that's where the 2 marks come from. And that's it for that question.